Morning, guys. Currently, you see the timings around 8:30. Let's discuss what happened yesterday. So I was quite busy. I didn't upload yesterday's trade analysis of both Nifty as well as Bank Nifty. Coming to Bank Nifty, guys, you can see clearly here as the market traded towards the upside, clear signifying bullish momentum, and further the market again continued bullishness. And you can see clearly market gapped up, retraced here, and continued further buying, and it was not able to close below this low to change the perspective from bullish to bearish. Still, the market is bullish only. And if you consider today's pivot, you can see it might be around this range. So as the market gapped up, there is no significance of pivot as of now. But you can see clearly, as soon as the market gaps up, we always do the first things, that is to plot the fib levels. This is the mid of the first candle, and this is the 5 minute zone. So we'll try to plot 5 minute zone as well. So let's try to extend this and look for any significance where the market might react here. And this is 5 minute zone. And as the market gapped up and continued further buying towards the upside, for us to take a good trade setups, you can see clearly here there is VWAP, and you can see here it broke VWAP towards the downside, clearly signifying bearishness. And if you try to plot the fib levels here, you can see fib levels of this candle. You can see price not able to reach above the mid. This is a 50 of the this bearish impulsive candle. So in case if you might have entered short position, trying to plot the fib extension levels, the common point between here and the common point between here and the common point between here, you could have targeted all the way to 1.68 level here. You can see clearly. This is 1.68 level. You could have entered short trade here, keeping your stop loss just above this candle and targeting all the way here. This is a trade which I have taken, but I haven't posted the live trade video. And after this bullish engulfing pattern, you could have entered long position. As of yesterday also, you have seen the same kind of pattern repeated. There was some bearish momentum over here. I think it's on this day itself. You see some kind of bearish momentum, and further the market continued bullishness in Nifty, I guess. But in Bank Nifty, you can see clearly after this bullish engulfing pattern, you could have entered long position. You could have entered long position here itself, guys, keeping your stop loss just below this bullish engulfing pattern. This is a clear sign of demand. So look for any kind of support here. You can see clearly if you try to plot from yesterday's close to today's open, you can see price trying to take support from this 50 level. This is the 50 zone. Sometimes usually price usually takes support when the market gaps up and try to retrace. This is the 50, and you can see clearly the market retraced. And if you try to plot the fib extension levels from yesterday's close, or in case here, or you can look at the common points, guys, from yesterday's swing low. I think that's the best thing. So if you consider this low to this common point to this common point, you could have targeted all the way to 100% level. You can see clearly the market came all the way here, and look at this, guys, almost there. You could have targeted all the way here. This is 100% move. Or you could have exited on this 50,500 level, guys. This 50,500 is an odd number, so there are high chances that there might be a lot of resistance over here. So if you have considered this 50,500, this level, you could have entered when the market reached all the way here. And after this, the market, there wasn't so not much impulsive momentum towards the downside. As you can see, the market trying to consolidate between these zones. Here you can see this kind of consolidation, and there wasn't much impulsive momentum. And if you try to plot the fib levels, the common point between this to common point between this, you can see a price trying to take support from this 550 level over here. So if you try to plot this 550 level, this is a 550, and And you can see clearly the market is trying to take multiple supports over here. You can see after this trend line liquidity has been broken. Here you can see another trade, guys. You can see clearly the market broke structure towards the upside. This is called as chop formation, and with a fair value gap over here, the market clearly broke with a fair value gap. And if you try to plot the fib levels, the common point between this to the common point between this, you can see market might be taking support from this 550 zone. This is another 550 zone over here. Let me put it as this zone itself, 5 minute zone itself, because I've already placed a box over there. So you can see clearly that this impulsive momentum with this trendline liquidity faced some sort of rejection. Again, it retraced back, took support from this day VWAP level. You can see clearly this is the day VWAP level. And you can see price trying to take support here with multiple rejections. So in case if you try to plot the fib extension levels, the common point between this, common point between this, and the common point between this, you could have exited at the 100% move. Here there was one target, or you could have exited this high as well. You could have targeted to this high or this swing high, or you could have targeted to 100% move. You see clearly the market came all the way here and exited. This is 100% move. Or you could have targeted here, or you could have kept yours till this zone as well. You can see clearly the market came all the way here and faced rejection and came further down. This is one beautiful trade setup where you could have taken a short scalp, guys, keeping your stop loss just above this zone and trying to target this high. This is one beautiful trade where you could have taken. And after this, you can see clearly the price rallying suddenly towards the downside, clearly signifying some sort of bearishness. And you can see clearly after this trendline liquidity, the market broke down, but couldn't sustain this low and clearly again retraced back, clearly signifying a lot of bullishness or support over here. And you can see price trying to move in a swing direction. You could have targeted this swing high, this fair value gaps over here. Here there is fair value gap. You can see prices, there is impulsive momentum towards the downside. And this trendline liquidity, the market recovered. And you can see clear chop formation over here. When this impulsive momentum towards the downside with this kind of bearishness, guys, there are high chances that the market will continue further bearish like this and continue further towards the downside itself. But what actually happened is that you can see here of this demand, the price took support from this 550 level and continued rally towards the upside. This momentum is quite unexpected move, which follows against our price action. So you can see clearly that when the market here tried to break this 550 level over here, if you consider this zone over here, if the market faced some sort of rejection over here and continued towards the downside, after this impulsive momentum, face some sort of rejection like this, like how it happened here and continued, there are high chances that the market would go bearish guys like this. But what happened is the market broke and closed above this high, clearly signifying bullishness. And market trapped all those sellers guys who might have entered short position here, expecting the market to go further downside. And here also the market took this liquidity of this impulsive momentum towards the downside and further continued towards the downside, clearly trapping buyers as well, where there might be high chances that the market would run for liquidity. But here it grabbed this liquidity and further selling pressure over here and continued further towards the downside. And here also again the market took support over here and market retraced towards the upside, clearly targeting all those sellers who might have entered all the way here. Market clearly broke all hit those targeted all those sellers, and you can see as this impulsive momentum was quite unexpected. This also is quite unexpected, guys, because usually you can see the market trying to take this liquidity. If you try to plot the fib levels over here, market might have faced resistance at around 0.7 level. You can see clearly the market came all the way. In case if the market is not very bearish, there are high chances that the market will come and face some sort of rejection at 0.7 levels and continue further towards the downside. As you can see, the market also went down, clearly breaking this low as well. But after this huge sell-off candle, you can see clearly like this huge sell-off candle, the market tried to recover towards the upside and clearly breaking this high, the last up move. In case if you consider this is the last up move, But you can see clearly if you try to plot the fib levels, the common point between this to this, the price trying to take support over here. But if you try to plot the anchor gap level over here, you can see clearly after this bearish impulsive candle, you've followed by another reversal candle over here, clearly signifying some sort of bullishness, and another candle clearly piercing or closing above this high of this candle, and again the market retrenched back and from some sort of rejection over here and continue further bullishness. So clearly this anchor gap level over here is finding good confluence, guys. And if you try to place another anchor gap over here, you can see this rejection candle, guys, over here, clearly signifying bullishness over here. And what we can do here is that if you try to plot the low to high, the last down move before the up move, you can see price trying to take support from here, multiple candles over here. This is the 50 level, as well as the anchor wave support and the day wave support, which is of high significance, guys. And there is fair value gap also here. You can see this kind of fair value gap after this impulsive momentum, which broke structure towards the downside. You can consider this zone to be an order block as well. And the retracement towards this important zone, this 350 level, you can see there isn't much impulsive momentum towards the downside like this. You can see clearly the market trying to retrace towards the upside, again coming to downside, again retracing, again after this impulsive momentum. So price after this formed a doji candle, clearly signifying bullishness. So in case if you might have entered long position, you could have entered keeping the fib extension levels, the one point between this, and you could have targeted all the way to this 100% move, guys. This is the zone where you could have targeted, or you could have targeted this high, as you can target this high was for this high, and target this high to this high. And this is the 100% move. Clearly, you could have entered long position here. Look at this, guys, how beautiful this trade setup was. Clearly indicating a lot of bullishness in the market. This was quite another good impulsive momentum. In case you could have entered here also, seeing this rejection candles over here, but this is very good confluence where you could have entered long position, you could have entered here as well. And you can see clearly after this 100% move, there is a bearish engulfing pattern formed here, clearly signifying there is not much bullishness and the market tried to retrace towards the downside. And in case if you try to plot the fib levels, the swing to swing low, you can see price trying to take support from this 550 level over here. This is the 550. And in case if you try to plot the fib extinction levels, the common point between this, the common point between this and the swing high here, you could have targeted all the way to 100% level. But here you can see the market again took came all the way here to this high, grabbed this liquidity and continued further selling towards the downside. In case you could have entered long position somewhere here, guys, when after this impulsive candle, you can see price trying to take some kind of support over here and clearly targeting all those buyers and this kind of liquidity after this bullish momentum. You can see clearly after this bearish impulsive move, you can see the market recovered and you can see this kind of momentum, guys. When this kind of momentum after this recovery phase, no, there is high chance the market will continue further bullishness. This this candle pattern is very important. You can see clear trend line liquidity, which actually broke towards the upside. And yes, if you might have entered long position, you could have kept your stop loss just below that candle impulsive movement and targeted all the way to 100% level. But in case if the market reverse, you could have exited anywhere between this, or you could have targeted to this swing high structure, guys. There are high chances that the market see you face some sort of rejection from this swing high, and again the market closed below, or you could have exited after seeing this cow cow candle pattern, three bearish cow candles. This is one such trade, and you can see this is quite unexpected. Clearly, the market faced some sort of rejection and clearly broke below this zone, clearly forming a chalk over here. And if you try to plot the fib levels, they come this upward momentum to this downward momentum, you see the market face some sort of rejection over here. This is the 550 level, and you can see clearly after this impulsive momentum towards the downside, you can see there is a lot of hesitation in market trying to move upward, clearly signifying there is a lot of selling pressure. And you can see after this huge bullish candle, a lot of buyers might have trapped, clearly showing some break of this 550 level and high chances that the market would go bullish. In case if the market buyers would have entered the market, you should always wait for retracement, guys. retracement, like if there is after this bullish breakout of this 350 level, you see some candles like this trying to hold on to price below this fib of this candle. The high chance that the market would have continued bullish like this candle. This is a fib of this candle, and after this bullish momentum, if the price is rejecting or forming some kind of weekend trying to head higher, you could have taken long position, but here you can see clearly the market closed below this low, clearly signifying bearishness, guys. And after that, also after the market clearly broke here to this low here, and you can see hesitation in market trying to move higher from here. After this low, you can see clearly there is a lot of hesitation in market trying to move higher. And after this bearish engulfing candle, you could have entered short position, keeping your stop loss just above this candle itself, and you could have targeted the fib extinction levels, or you could have targeted this swing low or this swing low. You could have, or in case if you might have plotted the fib extinction levels, the common point between this to the common point between this and the common point between this, you can see you could have targeted all the way to 1.68 level. Look at this, guys. How beautifully that trade came all the way to 1.68. And this is where you could have targeted your short position, and seeing this trend line liquidity broken towards the downside, also you could have taken another beautiful confluence uh, for short position as such. Look at this, guys, how beautifully the trade has behaved here. This bearishness, this bullishness, and you can see price trying to take support from this day VWAP level and kind to hold on to bullishness. In case if the market has continued here, I told you market would have been sustaining below this fib of this candle and continue further towards the downside. But what happened is to trap all those sellers, market again went higher, trapped all those sellers who might have entered here, grabbed this liquidity, again came down. Look at how beautifully the market behaved, guys, today, or yesterday's market. And looking at keeping at your risk to reward ratios minimum, you could have clearly traded these beautiful trades. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. And coming to Nifty, guys, let's see what happened in Nifty. In Nifty, you can see clearly the first candles. If you consider the first candle and 5 minute zone as well, you can see clearly the market was sustaining price below, and there's better chances if the market is sustaining below the first candle's fib. There's high chances the market is bearish only. You can see for 5 minute zone, you can consider this whole candle, and this is the 5 minute zone. And if you try to plot the anchor wave up levels, you can see, let's try to plot the anchor wave up levels over here, and let's look into if we get analysis. You can see after this bearish candle, you see a kind of trendline liquidity over here, clearly signifying bearishness. So in case if the market was not able to close above this pivot levels, there are high chances the market will continue towards the downside. So in case if the market would have been clearly bearish, there are high chances the market would face some sort of rejection here and continue all the way to yesterday's close. Or in case if you consider pivot levels over here, if you consider pivot level, this is yesterday's pivot levels. This is yesterday's pivot levels, and you could have targeted all the way to this pivot level as well. This is you could have targeted all the way to this pivot level as well, or yesterday's close level. But what happened is that the market, after this bearish impulsive candle, the market retraced towards the upside, breaking this high, guys. If the market clearly broke this high towards the upside, you can see the market clearly targeted all those sellers, and the price is trying to hold above this swing high. And in case if you want to plot the sub levels here, you can see the market tried to break down towards the downside further by another impulsive momentum. Here it market broke, and here it's facing some kind of rejection. But here you can see this impulsive candle, guys. This impulsive candle over here clearly changed sentiment from bullish to bearish, from bearish to bullish. And you can see that if you try to plot these candles, you can see clearly after this impulsive candle, there was three candles. Yes, so this candle, and you can see clearly this bearish candles forming inside of this bullish impulsive candle, clearly signifying that this bullish candle clearly place some significance. And you can see you could have entered long position, keeping your stop loss here. And for targeting, you could have targeted this level, the common point between this to the common point between this, and you could have targeted all the way to 1.68 level here. This is the 1.68 level, and you could have targeted to this zone. This is just this swing fib extension levels only have put. And if you see at 931 in Bank Nifty, if you try to see at 931, here you see this kind of candle, which further formed this bullish engulfing candle. I thought that both in Bank Nifty and Nifty, this kind of bullish engulfing candle played some coins significance. And you can see clearly first this bullish engulfing candle formed and after this impulsive candle and the price facing some sort of rejection here. And after this, clearly here you can see another clear bullish after this small dodgy candles forming, clearly signifying that the price facing some exhaustion. And clearly you can see this engulfing pattern over here. This is the bearish engulfing pattern. And if you try to plot these fib levels from here, you can see price clearly rejecting from here the fib of that candle. So in case if you might have wanted to enter short position, you could have entered giving your stop entry there and target over there, targeting all the way to this low. This is the very place where you could have targeted, or you can target this swing high. If you consider this last swing high from here to here, you could have targeted to a double of this as well. In case if the market has reached, you can see clearly the market, this impulsive momentum, guys, which was just a trap. You can see clearly the market came and reached all the way to these candles. And this is the double of this impulsive candle towards the upside. And you could have targeted your first target here. This might be your first target, this low. And after this chalk formation over here, this chalk formation, after this chalk formation, this is clear chalk. You could look for the retracement from this high all the way to this low. See clearly after this bullish engulfing pattern and the price rate all the way to here. This is the 0.38 level, and there are high chances because of this pivot, day pivot, there might be high resistance over here. So in case if you might have wanted to enter, you could have kept your stop loss there and targeting. If you try to plot the fib extension levels, the common point between this to the common point between this, you could have targeted the 100% move. This is 100% move, but you can see clearly the market didn't even break this 100% move. Came all the way to 0.78 level and retraced towards the upside. This is where you could have targeted the market kind of after this double of this reversal, the market has some rejection and continue further towards the upside, or after this bullish candle you could have exited, or after this bullish engulfing pattern over here where the market also found the same kind of bullish engulfing pattern over here, you could have exited your long positions, short positions over here. But this is one beautiful trade, guys, where you could have just exited here also. This swing low when it broke towards the downside also you could have exited. And you can see clearly after this, the market clearly formed some kind of bullishness with fair value gaps over here. But after this bullishness, you can see clearly there was some sort of trendline liquidity over here. And the market came down, grabbed that liquidity. And after this kind of, guys, this is clearly where there was some sort of demand over here. This was some demand zone. And here you can see clearly there was some sort of demand over here. And you can see here this bullish engulfing pattern over here. If you look into this bullish engulfing pattern over here, you can see clearly the price kind of rejecting from this P50 level. So in case if you might have entered long position, you could have targeted to this high, or you could have targeted to this high, clearly where the price has reached all the way there. This is one momentum where you could have easily captured. And if you try to plot the fib levels from the ground point to this point, you can see this retracement where price is trying to hold above this 0.38 level. And if you try to plot the fib extension levels, the count point between this to count point is to the count point is, usually the market might face some sort of rejection from this 0.5 as well as 0.6 zone. You can see clearly this is a 0.5, and the market didn't even cross this 5 minute zone as well as 1 minute fib of that level, clearly signifying a lot of bearishness in the market. So this is just for confluence only, guys. We have not taken any trade here, but you can see clearly after here the price rejected here and clearly broke towards the downside towards here, clearly forming a chalk actually. And if you try to plot the fib levels, the common point between this to the common point between this, you can see clearly the market retraced to the 50 over here, and this is the 50 level. Price faced rejection over here and continued towards the downside. And in case if you want to draw fib extension levels, the common point between this to common point between this, the market came all the way to 1.68 level, or you could have targeted this low as well. You can see clearly the market came all the way here. This is the 1.68 level that you could have targeted. Short position, keeping your stop loss just above that candle and targeting all the way here, guys. This is one beautiful trade setup where you could have taken short position. And you can see clearly after this, the market clearly formed some kind of chop over here, clearly signifying another bullish momentum. If you consider this swing over here, the low to this low, you can see the market clearly broke this 50 level over here, because there might had be high chances the market might face rejection or fill this fair value gap. You can see this kind of fair value gap over here. Market kind of filled all these pending orders. And if you consider this to be an order block, this is a clear 1 minute order block, guys. Uh, and you can see here clearly there is some kind of demand, as well as clearly the market formed a chalk with a fair value gap as well. And when the market kind of retraced to this 1 minute order block, there wasn't much impulsive momentum like this directly to a 1 minute order block. You can see the market almost traded about this zone for almost 1 hour, 1.5 hour, guys. You can see the market again kind of formed some kind of rejections like this, and again rejecting, again coming here, and finally touching this order block. And after this, the as soon as the market touched here, you can see some bullish engulfing pattern formed over here, clearly signifying bullishness. So the high chances that you might have entered short, entered long position here, keeping your stop loss just below this candle only, guys. But here you can see below this candle, market closed, but after that, there was another momentum towards upside, clearly signifying bullishness. So you can target this high or this high, guys. This is where you could have targeted another beautiful trade over here. After this bullish engulfing chop formation, you could have looked for even say 50 levels over here. You can see here the market trying to take support from this zone. This is the 0.38 level. In case if you want better confluences, you can see here the market faced rejection. Again, it came to this 50 and continued further towards the upside after this bearishness. You can see this order block forming some kind of support over here, and you could have targeted to this side. And in case if you might have considered another chalk formation, you can see clearly after this bearish impulsive candle, the price halted and market sustained above this 550 level, where this 550 level acted as some sort of support. And if you try to plot the fib extension levels, the common point between this to the common point between this, you can see market came all the way to this 100% level. This is the 100% move, guys, where the market targeted over here, and you could have entered a long position also here after seeing this kind of bullish momentum, keeping your stop loss just after this dodgy candle also, and targeting all the way to this 100% move. This is one beautiful trade setup where you could have taken, and this is quite unexpected, guys. And this impulsive momentum didn't even break this low, clearly signifying this momentum is not so bullish. But here you can see this demand over here trying to act some kind of support and further trying to move towards the upside, but faced rejection from this day VWAP level. And you can see clearly this bearish engulfing candle formed over here, which clearly signifies bearishness over here, and which clearly broke structure towards the downside. You can see the market clearly broke towards the downside. This is the break of structure over here. And if you try to plot the fib levels over here, the common point between this to the common point between this, you can see clearly market face some sort of rejection here, This is a 0.38 level. Another confluence is you can plot the anchor way up level here. Here you see it faced some sort of rejection. Another anchor way up level over here. You can see here it formed a bearish engulfing pattern. You can see clearly. After this bearish engulfing pattern, another bearish engulfing pattern formed over here, clearly signifying bearishness, guys. And in case if could have entered short position, keeping your stop loss just above that candle itself, and trying to extend all the way from this common point to this common point to this zone, and you could have targeted all the way to 1.68 level. You can see how beautifully the market came here, all the way to 1.68 level. And this is about my trade analysis, guys, about Nifty. You see how well the price behaved. And today, you can see the market gapped up. You can see how many points the market gapped up. Around 70 points, guys. And if you try to plot the pivot levels of today, you can see the market gapped up above this pivot level, clearly signifying some sort of bullishness only. There are high chances that the market would continue bullish, or in case if the market clearly forms a bearish reversal candle over here, trying to break this whole uh, moving averages towards the downside, these pivot levels towards the downside, there are high chances that the market would go bearish as well. This is the pivot levels. If you see after this open, you can if you see some kind of bearish candle forming like this, or if you see any bullish candle forming towards the upside, you can look for long side. Or if you see any bearish candle forming like this and price is rejecting from these pivot levels, you can look for bearishness and price trying to take support. You can see after these bearish candles, you can see price rejecting from this level, you can look for downside. Or in case if the market opens towards the upside and forms some kind of support here, you can look for upside, guys. This is about my pre-market analysis, which I would like to share you. And this is about Nifty 50, guys. You can see how beautifully the market has behaved. And 8 beautiful trades, guys, you could have taken. And in Nifty, you can see very good trades. 6 beautiful trades where you could have taken. This is about my Nifty and as well as Bank Nifty analysis, guys. If you like, uh, please share with your friends. And in case if you like to give any suggestions, don't hesitate to leave a comment below, guys. Thank you.